Good evening. Hoping somebody pops in here relatively quick today. Just go through these really fast. Hey, Brendan, how are you doing today? You got audio? I was thinking of doing some friendlies tonight. Hey, Ray. I'll do my best. It's actually been a bit since I've done Tour 8. More than a hole or two here or there just when I was looking for a change. It's going to take a little refreshing on my part as well, but I will do my best. Share what I know. We had first Tour 10 Platinum chest ever. Decided I'd open it on stream so we could all be let down together. What do we get? Pretty much all the commons I don't care about at this point. The one max rare I have. It's not awful, but not the best. Pretty garbage. Pretty garbage. I'll take 3 Kingmakers, but all in all, that was a pretty lousy chest. You should be just a second or two behind me. Well, probably like 5 seconds, 5 to 10. Hey, Steven. You know what? This will pop me down to an even 42.50. Let's just pop it. I like even numbers. Another castaway. All right, Malibu. There we go. That's what we're looking for. That was a good pop. All right. Uh, should be good with these. Some people definitely prefer the Guardian for Tour 8, which is not a bad move. I have just always been akin to the sniper, and I just figured out ways to work around it. There's some that you do have a better chance with a Guardian, especially for sniper, is not level 10. Level 10, you got enough backspin, you can usually make it work. But if you're really struggling with this tour, it might be worth trying the Guardian if you're a sniper guy. One ball trick for 100 gems. You mean the new soccer balls? You want me to use the Guardian, Ray, or are you just suggesting? Oh, okay. I was gonna say I'm not very good with it. You know, I can play the holes fine, but I tend to not be great at the shootouts with it. Oh, we got some trophies to win here too. That's good. All right, cool. I got the holes up on the side too over there, so I can see if we draw one. You won't be able to see, but I can see. All right, Brendan. Hey, Dwayne. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you as well. It's certainly not going to be an easy one. Some of these are some tricky holes for tournament's sake. Depending on the wind, they could do us some good favors, but should be just fine up there. No reason to try to overplay this hole. Yeah, these shootouts in this tour are tough. Especially the one everybody knows sucks, the one with all the hills. The like bowling lane of hills. One of the par threes on this tournament I really dislike. It's the hole 2. Really dislike that hole. It plays really funky because it's all on a slope. Playing over water, you lose elevation. Definitely a valid argument there, Ray. I am a ball guy person. I like having lots of ball guy. Ah, great shot. When you got the tailwind like that, you want to play it short. It's going to stretch further than the ball guy shows. Hey, Tim. Absolutely, Steven. And plus, one of the best things about the sniper, until you get, you know, when your Guardian is maxed, it's a completely valid argument to be using a Guardian over a sniper, in my opinion. Once it's maxed, it's amazing. But before that, it's just lacking those couple things. Like, it needs to be at that, like, 90, I think it gets to 95 or 100 accuracy. It's crazy. When your club's that accurate, you can overpower it and not be super scared of hitting great. And that is big. Of course, we draw the trouble shot right off the bat. That's all right. At least this one's not in the tournament. This I like the hole, but the slightest misplay or miscalculation, and you lose, unless your opponent does worse. Yeah, they get rough in this tour. They're probably like 6 to 8 on average, but they do get up a little higher and they do go a little lower. I like playing this hill down here. It's probably going to put us, yeah, that's at min. It's going to push this ball forward, so we're going to play it real short. Pull it back as far. That's probably about right. The wind direction might save the grate, but that's horrible. We don't want to hit grate here. We caught a little bit of a lip glitch. Not awful. That's a tough one. With tailwind, that's tough. Luckily, our opponent played it pretty poorly. But that's really tough with the tailwind. Straight headwind, straight tailwind on that shot is really hard. Luckily, like I said, not in the tournament. So one thing that sucks about them splitting up tournaments into 2 different tours. Nice. We matched. Excellent, bud. I'm jealous of your level 5, Thor. So it's just unfortunate we can't just do friendlies up here. That's the only reason I don't want to strictly do friendlies tonight is I want to, I'm going to be playing pro expert divisions, so I'm going to be dealing with the wind in the second tee, so there's not really any point in me practicing from the front tee. Certainly not with this account or the other account that's connected to Facebook, so yeah, I have no problem replaying. Too much curl, darn it. James, how you doing tonight? You might take them for me, Brandon. Like I said, I haven't done much Tour 8 in a good while. This is one of my favorite holes in the whole game, though, by the way. Luckily, you got the beastly Nirvana to do things. Well, that sucks. Yeah, no, I figured I'd be able to. Maybe not on the fly, but I figured with the bounce I'd be able to get there. If you mess that hole up long, it doesn't kill you. It really hurts your albatross chance, but as far as getting an eagle goes, you still got a pretty good shot at it. Gonna go back to the play 6 holes before you get a tournament hole game. That's all right. Close. I'll play the dunk game here too. Yes, I did. It took me a second. I'm like, see the new tournament. I was thinking maybe you started a new tournament. Yes, I saw the new tournament coming up. So this hole with tailwind, you definitely got to just be careful not to overplay your drive. Because it is downhill. It's going to carry a little further than the regular 8. Yeah, they announced it. Football fever. Tours 7 and 8. Also 3, but I don't remember how many of them are on 3. I don't know if all of them are. Okay, that makes sense. There's always 3 eagle holes. There's always, well, I thought there was always 3 eagles, 3 par 5s, 3. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm thinking, I was just mentally thinking par 5s. Yeah, they are going to be very tough par 4s to eagle, that's for sure. Damn, I'm hitting great. Wasn't terrible. Might have been there at that perfect. dunk hole will produce a lot of eels? What dunk hole? Ooh, that is some. It's a ballsy move. If you get it, you got a real good shot at it. But that's ballsy. Left to right wind or right to left wind, that's a really smart play. You know you're going to hit that rough bump. It just might be off to the side. But headwind, tailwind, that's a ballsy one. You got balls, my friend. Nicely done. I've always just been a fan of this guy right here. Pretty much plate in the center there. Just the teeniest touch of curl. Not great to the wrong way. Any long. Been a long time since I've taken a shot. It does depend on wind. If we have severe headwind, backspin shot's going to be the way. Hey, RJ. Did you know something, James, or was that just magical? Read up like 4 messages from your message, RJ. Your first message. It's amazing how much that happens in streams. I've noticed it happen a lot. No, I don't want to buy one of these balls. I wish they would not do that. Like katana here. Should be just fine down there. It's gonna be a little bit of a long shot, but we should be okay. Ooh, headwind does suck. Need to get a tournament hole. Thanks for dropping in, RJ. That was a nice shot. We can get there. That's not the issue. Not going to be near the hole, but it should be safe. Oh, closer than I thought. I always release right to left unless I absolutely don't have a choice because of time. I'm totally fine playing you, man. Got no. I'd rather play you than someone I have no clue. My plan was to do, you know, 45 minutes or so of tour 8, and then hop in and do a little tour 7. So, further, backswing. It was all right. I'd like to be closer on that shot. Hey, Ben. Yeah, as much as I can call it prep. Is this one of them? I don't think so. Well, plus with it going back to the old way here, where you just gotta hope to draw a tournament hole. I could practice the whole week and maybe play each tournament hole 3 or 4 times. I got slower. Oop. That to be a good game there. Got in tournament mode where good luck is what I say to people instead. Yeah, if a couple of those holes are only Tour 3, then I'm going to need to play some Tour 3 as well, which kind of sucks. All of my accounts are way past that, but that's, I guess, where we'll do some friendlies at some point. If we don't get them in tonight, we'll find another time this week. I really like this hole. This is one of my favorites. This is a tournament hole, so yay! Hey, Santos. I'm a big fan of side spin 3 on this hole. I just like having the option if you need it. There's a lot of, I don't know what that was. I just heard like an explosion out there. There is a lot of curvature in this hole, so the option is better than not, in my opinion. Right where we want to be. Perfect shot there. I have just, well, because I like to often go for the rough bump in front of the hole instead of the bounce. And the line is a little nicer, in my opinion. And you don't have, if you go right, your chances of overpowering are a lot higher. Although I didn't have the max sniper the last time I played this, so it might not be necessary anymore. But that's the way I've always liked to play this hole. And if you can get it to work for you, there's no right or wrong way. Comfortability is just as important as anything else. See that? That's exactly max distance right there in the rough, which is a wonderful thing. Now you know why I go left. There is strategy behind it. You have to get 355 on your drive if you want to use a sniper there without overpower. And I only have a katana out. If you want to be able to reach a little further, use a Kingmaker or a Titan Ball. But I like the side spin on that shot because depending on your angle, you might need a lot of it. And then you don't have to curl because curling makes wind adjustment harder. But both ways, about exactly the same outcome. You know, we were both a gimme eagle, so whatever way you prefer, stick with it, unless you really, really were just like your mind was blown on that shot and you want to try it. But do what you've been comfortable with there. It's not any harder necessarily. You mean the drive, Santos? It's easier to drive it to the left instead of the right and keep it safe? Yeah, I agree. It's a pretty nice shot there. Well, it doesn't get too much better than 3-mile-an-hour winds. Gonna be close. Yeah, I mean that's those are the ones that, like, if you were just playing Tour 8 and you're just getting there and you're really having a hard time, those are the ones that really piss you off. You're like, ah, oh, man, I had such a good shot and I still lost. When the competition's good, that's what it should really look like. Your shootout should be close, and it should be close to the pin. I'm sure you'll come back and win a few, Brendan. Is this one on it? I don't think this one's on there. It's so hard to tell from this teeny tiny picture, but I don't think so. It's a fun hole, though. I don't think this one is, Santos. I'm pretty sure it's the longer par four dogleg right that has the like on the right side it's like a bowl that curves in, and then on the left side it dips down real low. And if you play a backspin, you can hop right to the green. I think that's the par four that kind of looks like this one, at least on the map. Right. Yes, the par four, the bunker right in front. It's the green is highly elevated above that bunker as well. There are a lot of tricky holes. The par fives are kind of, I would say they're easy unless we get bad wind for them. So we should see a lot of eagles in those, maybe even some albies in this one. But the par fours are difficult again, and in my opinion, the par threes are kind of hard to ace. It's going to depend on the winds, 100%. You know, if we get tailwind on some of the par fives, then absolutely. Even some of the par fours. If we get a lot of headwind in the par five and fours, then I see like a 24 to 26 tournament. It's a little easier than the last one, that's for sure. So we'll see higher scores on average than that. But I feel like they're trying to make things harder lately, so we might see some difficult wins since it's an easier course. Yeah, I mean, I would shoot for like a minus, 11 or 12 in the opening round, per 9. I agree. As someone that has a level 3 apocalypse, yeah, I agree. Because I can never make those. Son of a gun! Probably gonna be way too much. I was watching the screen, and it's a little lag behind, so I didn't realize it was my shot. But at least we got the shot off. This one's hard. I played it in a really bad spot. You want to play it down and to the left a little bit there. It's more consistent. And then you want to aim your ball guide a little to the left of the pin. And then how much top or back or how much backspin you're going to need is going to depend on the wind. If you have headwind here, it's going to need like only 2 bars of backspin, maybe 3. And then tailwind, you need like 5 or 6. It's an odd hole. It plays funny. All right, this is gonna be the last one, Brendan, and then I'm gonna go hop down to tour 7. If you match up with me again, cool, but that's what I'm gonna do. Or if anybody else in here wants to try to match up with me and you're in tour 7, by all means. What is it, Sakura Hills that's in tour 3, or is it Vineyard Acres? I was never good at remembering the courses. I remember the holes, I mean, I know what they look like, and I know which ones are in this tournament just by seeing a little tiny thumbnail. But I'm terrible with the names of them and what tours they're in and stuff. Right, well, leave them alone. I'm sorry, guys. Give me one. Oh, son of a bitch. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's up with my dog. He's seemingly in a whole lot of pain the last day. Kind of started last night, but went away real quick, and then I didn't notice anything this morning, but all day since I've been home, he's been just kind of whimpering when he moves and stuff. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know if he just, hold something, messing around with the other dogs, or if you're starting to get like hip dysplasia or anything like that, trying to kind of console him when he goes into heavy whimper mode. Me too. I wish I knew what was wrong with him in any fashion. I mean, it's his leg or his hip, I'm pretty sure. But I can't really even figure out exactly what. There's no visible anything. I could put pressure all along his legs and stuff, and he's fine. But just certain ways, when he tries to sit down, it hurts him. So doesn't go away a day or two. He's gonna have to go to the vet. Tricky little hole. Ah, not quite enough forward. That was with an extra 25%. You just got to get the wind measurement correct. I think it's 35% on this hole. 35% extra wind adjustment. Woo. I got one on my other account today, too. I love that they give you a 1. That's kind of what I thought. Well, there are certain holes that are only in 8 that are not in 3, but I'm pretty sure all holes that are in 3 are in 8. If that makes sense to you guys. This is another tournament hole. This one's definitely going to be probably a top 10 decider, top 3 decider maybe even. This is one that if they don't do the wind properly, we will see snow globes reach the green. Yeah, I mean, I imagine they'll give us like right to left wind, probably. Makes it a lot harder to get a lot of distance on the curl shot. Maybe. It's always a possibility. Damn great. I'm a big fan of the rough bump here, but not great. Might not even make stay up there now. We go back into the rough. That'd be good. At the same time, I like knowing the wind too. You know, it allows you to make some make shots that you might not normally be able to make. You know, getting a time or two to try out how it goes and where it goes. I mean, it's definitely not an advantage for anybody just because people learn the way the wind goes. Everybody has that same ability to take notes and figure out the best way to take a hole with certain winds. What's not true? That is true. But they'd have to have all the accounts on the same level, though, too. Or at least, you know, multiples in the same level. Like I do have two. This is another tournament hole. Um, I do have two in pro, so I get the chance to play it twice. But it's also a different club, so I have to play them entirely differently. At least in a lot of cases. Not every time, but in a lot of cases. It's nice when the wind's 2 miles an hour on that shot. This hole is one that they like to give you, you know, like crazy tailwind. So making that adjustment's hard. Of course, my opponent's mad because I had a nice shot. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of doing it already. They do tweak them just a little bit, I've noticed. But it's not significant enough that it changes the way you play the hole. She gave me the mad face. Watch her win. 1.5 yards is definitely beatable. I hit great. Had I hit perfect, I would have been right on the money. What do we got? Love me my Desert Storms. Oh, they love doing that. One more, jerks. Put it in the store. All right. And we meet again. Love this hole as well. This one is not in the tournament. Doesn't mean I don't love it. Ah, that's a bummer. No worries. What are we at here? We're at about an hour, so that's about as much more as I want to stream. I think I can reach still. Might have to bounce the rough, but I think I can reach. Ooh. All right, got out of the nasty stuff. 48 different balls. Holy cow! I think I got like 10. Let's see. I don't think I moved it enough. There's a high arc. Ooh, I got it. I wish I was better at this game when they gave balls away in tournaments. That was before I really learned anything. I missed out on some good stuff. Yeah, I did that too, Brendan. The few I did win, I pissed away. Good game. Yeah, although I think that caused part of the problem because um, I think people were dropping down. You know, like people that would normally be playing expert dropped down to play pro because the expert balls sucked. So as long if they did that, they have to be better about where they put those balls. Yeah, I wish you could just buy special balls one at a time as you needed them. That'd be sweet. But you can't even buy them with gems at all. So I mean, they did, didn't they? The turbo ball. Way too much curl. What did you put a ticket in for, Ben? Hey, ATM. Ah, so it's late for ATM. Oh no, 12:19 afternoon. I'm thinking AM for whatever reason. Brain fart. Well, that's nice. It's 8 in the evening here. That sounds like you, ATM. Not surprised. Good luck to those chests. Oh, you mean power curl this hole? You gotta be careful too, power curling this. Get sniper main here. Ooh, nose. If you measure it right, it should work regardless of what club you're using, really. J-Bone, what's going on? you had zero curl, obviously no, because you can't curl it. But as long as you've got like 30 curl or more, you could do one. It's just gonna be trickier to line up. But you executed it pretty well. It wasn't just for being a hair too long. Oh, you're on fire now. Nice shot. Runner up. Today was a long day just because we were slow at work, but it went pretty fast in terms of how it felt mentally for being such a slow day. Um, Kind of hit or miss. Started off with like 5 in a row, no, and then got like 3 out of 4 or 5 or something like that. It's kind of back and forth. Nicely done. I hate when they get the trees in the view. Let me see what's going on. Yeah. Probably do one more hole after this one, and I'm going to call it, guys. Hopefully we get one. Let's see. I hope it's hole. The other one. 7. Not hole 7, but at least it's a tournament hole. Good to know. Quasar there keeps us about max. playing over water, so it's going to be a little more. Need a little more short of the hill for the bounces. Very curious to see the wins this one. This tournament, not this hole. I almost feel like they have to be hard wins. Pretty sure you got that one. Yep. Good game. One more. Well, this one's not a tourney hole. Safe. As long as you don't go in the water. Play it the regular way. Didn't want to go. I was trying for great, not good. Should be okay still, but it's risky when you hit goods. If you're going to go straight, you got to get it long. If you're not past those bushes, it's a really tricky shot. That was remarkably close for lining up to the right and then moving it to the right. Oh, I wasn't trying to make it. Okay, good. Almost caught a funny bounce in. All right, one more. Come on, give us another tournament hole. No problem. I think you earned at least close to all your cups back, if not all your cups back, just by getting in on me on 7. So apparently I need to spend more time in 7 than 8. Which stinks because there's only a couple holes out of 7. Made it tough. Yep, you got it. It was fun. Alright, guys, I appreciate y'all coming in. Time for me to attend to my pup. I do plan on putting out at least some basic guides for expert tournament this tournament. Familiar enough with the holes, I just got to go through them and make my notes and make sure I am confident in the information I'm sharing. But stay tuned for that. If you haven't already done so, please hit that thumbs up button before you leave. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks, guys.